Now, I see she's caused a bit of a kerfuffle, folks. Old Jan Leeming. Do you remember her? Used to be a newsreader on the old BBC. I think she did a bit on the old North West News as well. I may be wrong there. Anyway, she's been saying in the press over the last couple of days she's a bit disappointed with the quality of many in BBC News now and news in general for the way they... I thought she was saying for the way they speak the language, because I have a few issues with that. But no, I think it's more that they pronounce some words completely incorrectly. Now, none of us are spot on. I'm not myself. I make mistakes when I'm typing to comments on here and some of the things I say to yourself, and I'm not spot on at all. But I thought she meant those that... let me give you a clue. I've said it on here before. I hated the fellow, that's Ian Beale on EastEnders when he first started out, and he does the V for the. No TH, but a V. This, that. It used to do my head in. It really, really, really did. Because I thought, who says this and that? Now, I do know it happens a lot with some people, and I think a lot from down south. I think it's part of the way they do things. But I never liked it. And since then, I've got to say, you get many of these sort of newsreaders, but more announcers. Some of them are more regional, and some, anyway, many of them sound very uneducated and they sound poor. And I've said to her indoors sometimes, he sounds terrible, or she sounds terrible. And the Beeb are getting more and more that sound like that now. The Beeb used to be spot on. They all used to speak proper Queen's England, and they don't anymore. English, I know, I'm not stupid. Well, I am a bit stupid. But no. I think what Jan was saying when they say words completely wrongly, inaccurately, I think old Vanessa today mentioned it. She gave a couple of examples. I've got to say, one gets to me like I can't tell you. What examples did she give? I had wrote it down. What was it? I've wrote it somewhere. I'm telling you, I've wrote it somewhere. I'm professional, me, aren't I? I am. No, you've got to admit it. I am. What was it? Yes, grievously. Grievously instead of grievously. Well, I'd have known it was grievously. And then she mentioned another one. Secretary instead of secretary. Now, I've got to say, I'm very close to somebody. Well, I'm not that close to her. I'm not going to tell you who it is. No, I'm not going to tell you who it is. But she often says secretary, and I find myself pulling her up. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm not going to tell you at all. She don't like me wearing that blue vest. I'll tell you that for nothing, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. But she says secretary, and I'm saying it's secretary. Secretary. I've been saying it for 20 years. Part of me thinks she does it on purpose just to annoy me, but I don't think she does. And she just doesn't know, and she just doesn't get it. I've got somebody in the same person's family who says Goldie Oldies instead of Golden Oldies. That one gets to me. And I've got another one that says music instead of music. That one gets me more than anything. Music? And she's not a cow, this person. Well, she can be, but she's a person, not an animal. Music. And I'm thinking, it's music. There's no such thing as music. Anyway, I'm going on now. I am a bit like Jan. I know where she's coming from. I do, honestly. I think people should get the words more right than wrong more often than not. And I think if they're employed to be newsreaders or announcers on the TV, especially if it's on BBC, I think they should be a lot better than they are. Ian Beale, though, he's the one that gets my goat with the this and that. I don't like it. I don't, honestly. That isn't for me. No. I want a much more educated person who'll do the acting great, you know. I don't like anybody who's bad. I like people who can do the acting great. See, I did that on purpose there. The acting. It's the acting. The. TH. No V. Absolutely no V. No, I don't like it. I think it's lazy. I don't like the laziness when people speak, and there's a lot of it about nowadays. I'm on Jan's side. Get the words right, or don't say them at all, or get a job in an office, or in a factory, wherever. You've got an exalted position there. You're dealing with the news or announcing on these TV stations. Get it right. And as for that person who says secretary when it's secretary, she's really doing my pig in head, and I'll tell you now, but she constantly says it, and it winds me up, and I can't help myself but correcting the person. Don't know why I bother, because she's not said anything different in the last 30 or 40 years. Anyway, I'll love you and leave you. I'm going to get off. See you later. Rant over.